Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for coming in. I'm here to do a check-in reading for Divine Masculine in the energy of the new moon in Cancer. As I record this reading, it's actually 2 days away and the energy is very strong. Not surprisingly, because when the new moon happens, the sun will be in the early degrees of Cancer, just entered Cancer yesterday. Jupiter, Mercury, and the moon, of course, with the new moon. So that's a whole lot of Cancerian energy. And in the masculine experience of Cancerian energy is quite a lot different than the feminine. For myself as an astrologer, it's one of those things I've noticed is one of those signs. Cancerian in the feminine experience can be, of course, very internal. It is very nurturing and outward as well. It is the sign of the mother. In the masculine context, it tends to be a lot more internalized, definitely as deep, probably even deeper, honestly, but so deep that it's not even known until it's explored, and it takes a long time to understand those depths and to incorporate them. It can be a feeling of not wanting to sort of get lost in the wateriness of it all. Cancerian energy in the masculine form as well can tend to want to take emotional responsibility for things that are outside of their control. It is the sign of the counselor or the therapist. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get into a little bit of astrotarology, and then there will be a collective reading after. If you want to skip the astrology, I'll put a link in the description box below. As well, if you're interested in booking a private reading, there will be a link for that too. With this Cancer new moon, we have Jupiter involved. I talked about that in the feminine video. Jupiter is an amplifier, and it is in the sign of Cancer, conjuncting the sun. That's the Jupiter Cazimi, both amplification energies of the Cancerian sign. So very potent. I won't go into that too much. It's actually quite interesting because I did in the other video. It's actually quite interesting for Divine Masculine. I didn't even have to meditate for very long on the energies. Divine Feminine took a few days to come around, which is interesting, given how much feminine energy we have in the astrology right now. Anyway, when I sat down to meditate on the masculine energy, I immediately heard a song by the Beatles. Let me first say that I am not really a Beatles fan. And of the songs I do like, this isn't necessarily one I would name. But anyway, as soon as I closed my eyes and asked for the message, I heard the words, help. I almost want to sing, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. It's hard not to. Help. I need somebody's help, not just anybody's help. I need someone. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. And that's where it ended. I listened to the song a couple times before I pushed record. It's kind of interesting because it's definitely a song about finding that humility where the ego or the need to understand and control how everything unfolds is stripping away. And maybe it's like he finds himself in unusual, uncharted territory. And because he talks about opening up doors of perception, actually, he is John Lennon, so there's always a spiritual undertone to what he's saying. But, anyways, it's like exploring unknown parts of a self, really, in that song. And when we're talking about the Cancerian energy in the masculine perspective, there's a lot to that. Understanding how to embrace empowered vulnerability. I talk about that a lot in Divine Feminine energy. It goes both ways, especially again when we're dealing with this much cardinal water energy. It's interesting because Cancer rules the house of the home, which is the fourth house. It's the sign of the mother, the nurturer, also the homeland. Capricorn, its opposite sign, is the sign of the father. It's the 10th house. It's what's out in the world in the larger global stage. With all this Cancerian energy present, there can be a very, and also Capricorn is about top-down power, whereas Cancer is about the power within the home and within the heart. But with all this Cancerian energy, there could be a strong focus, of course, on homeland and what that means, and also more personally on the home. So many countries around the world are Cancerian by the date of establishment, and that's not by accident. Cancer and Capricorn form the axis of global power because what I said, strong in the home, strong in the world. And that's true in the personal life as well as in any kind of layer or context you want to put that out. Think about it in your own life. If you have a nurturing, happy, and harmonious environment to operate from, you're going to be a whole lot more effective out there in the world. Extrapolated out and out and out. So, but with the song Help as well, let me think what he was saying. There was something else I wanted to say. John Lennon's a Libra, which I actually find interesting too, because a lot of Libra energy has been coming out in the cards lately in the form of justice. Libra is ruled by Venus. We've been getting strong Venus energy. In fact, right now, Venus herself is in Taurus, which is at home. How interesting. Uranus, the planet of change, is in Taurus too. And on July 7th, those two are going to conjunct. And that's pretty powerful energy, which I'll get into at a later time. But okay, so clearly I'm rambling. And this happens to me when I'm following those threads of logic. But I do also find it interesting because the divine feminine message was strength will be given. And I get the song Help for the masculine energy. I need somebody's help, not just anybody's help. I need someone. Won't you please, please help me? Now that can be in a very physical way. We have the South Node in Virgo right now. And in fact, I'm already seeing the Hermit card very strongly in my mind's eye. As I'm talking to you now, I'm getting the image. So that can be in a very physical way. Mars is in Virgo right now. But it can also be in a very spiritual emotion in any way. That depends. All right, you guys, I'm going to get into the reading. It is for anybody, so I'm going to link the Help song. Well, I don't need to. Everybody knows that song and you know where to find it. The Beatles' Help. Is my microphone? Okay. And one other funny thing I wanted to mention is that I noted that it was written by Lennon and McCartney. Of course, they were a duo, but they were like 25. And they were already reaching that place of awareness, which is quite interesting. The hermit is the wise old hermit. It's what the soul learns through experience. It's already been through so much by the time it gets to the hermit or Virgo energy. And there is a searching within, closing out of the outside world and searching within for your own wisdom. All right, you guys, I'm going to get into the reading. It is still a general reading. It's for anybody, any sign. You'll know if you resonate with it. And you won't resonate with everything that I say exactly because it's a general reading. Just take what fits for you as it does, if it does, and leave the rest behind all day today. Help. I need somebody's help. I need someone. Okay. How many? 3? Okay, we're going to do them because they came out quite decisively from the sacred rebels. Let's look at the overall energy. Isn't this interesting? We have Pandora's gift. Most of the same people I'm blessed to say watch all of my readings, so you'll remember this. It was in the divine feminine energy. Now, Pandora's gift can be a little bit afraid of what's emerging in the heart space. Look at how she's holding this mask up to it, like trying to filter the light in some kind of way. That's interesting. Or a little bit of uncertainty. What would happen if you open the box? What are you about to get into? Releasing allegiances. This can be about not going into places or situations or relationships that keep you in a place of not being safe to do so. It can be about stepping outside of everything because it's reinvention. Diving for light. That's interesting. Releasing allegiances is number 10, and diving for light is number 11, which is the number of the Justice card in the Major Arcana, Libra energy. But diving for light is what the Hermit does. You'll note in most Hermit cards, he's by himself, holding the lantern in the dark and going within. That's pretty interesting. Releasing allegiances is about letting go of everything that you previously identified yourself with. or anything you thought that you knew. It's changing. And again, you're not going to have this much cardinal water around without that kind of thing happening. Let's go to the wisdom of the oracle. Okay, I just have to say it. Pandora's gift is number 45. Add that together, you get 9, which is the Hermit. And then we have number 10, releasing allegiance, is number 11. Diving for light. Soulmates. Oh, look at these 2 penguins. They mate for life. I like how they're also on their own island. It's a world of their making. And that's the light that you can project outward. Okay. So obviously we have soulmate energy, which again has been coming out in the collective a lot, partly because of the changes taking place. Let's have one more. Soulmates is number 41. If we add that together, it's number 5, which is the Hierophant. Marriage, but very spiritual. The Hierophant's the Pope. We get Yang, divine masculine energy. And you know what I love about this? The fire of creation is held in those 2 palms. Very strong Mars, very strong Aries energy, which we have it in the stars as well. I'll try not to get too astrological, but it's a very exciting time. My masculine coming through. As number 1, which I always love because it ties in the magician component, and the flame is in your hand. Flame of creation. The light, that's chi, the energy. I'll do astrology at the end. Actually, okay. I had my hand on the blue deck, which I haven't been doing. Okay. We have the thinking man. Strong air energy already coming through. It's like he's holding on to that ball of chi I talked about, the fire in his palm. What am I supposed to do with this? What are the possibilities? What can I create from this? I can't really make out what he's holding. It kind of looks like a star, which comes after a tower. That's about hope. 3 of Swords. Interesting. Broken heart. Releasing allegiances and keeping the heart masked. We get yin yang, masculine and feminine. Number 22, of course. Now, when we add those, we get number 4, which is the Emperor, which is divine masculine energy. Let's keep going. You can't discover what you're true, like that light for real. What did I just say about the King of Cups or Cancerian masculine energy? You can't examine those depths of what's possible until they've been unlocked. And that takes a soulmate to do that. Let's have another one. Okay, let's have another 2. We have a contract, Libra energy. It's funny that I called out the Hierophant, though, because the Hierophant can represent contracts on a very spiritual level, and we have yin yang here. But also this can be about you committing to something, someone, a situation, a person, yourself, your beliefs. Look at the scales. And then we have attachment. Okay, again, when we're dealing in this much water energy, and we're about to have the return of Pisces in Saturn and Neptune too. When we're dealing in this much water energy, there's no separation. There is no way to kind of separate on the energy field. Water is energy. It's not physical that way. Once you blend it together. And this is number 5. I'm not joking. Check this out. Let's get into the reading. I wanted to use the Naked Heart, actually. Well, new moons are all about manifesting in the new, and I'm kind of getting that vibe here too. But also they are about the final release of the past. We had a full moon in Sagittarius 2 weeks ago. Let's see what you're leaving behind. The 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups can be kind of a light-hearted energy. It can be playful. It can be like If it's a relationship, it can be like the honeymoon phase, releasing allegiances. This can be about a group of friends or, again, a community, people that you usually jive with that you don't anymore. We'll see. If it's about a relationship, because we do have yin yang and the soulmates card, that can be about leaving behind kind of the honeymoon phase. It's about getting real, and we do have a lot of real energy here with contract and attachment and the thinking man. Let me see you now. Unbelievable. We have the Hierophant. In this deck, known as the Sage, Taurus energy. The Hierophant is all about our inherited family belief systems as well. It's what shaped our hearts and our viewpoints. The Hierophant can also be about choosing to establish your own, separate from that. It can be about long established belief systems out in the world too. It's very traditional. But the Hierophant is about finding your own truth and contract, attachment, and commitment. Becoming committed. No more playful. No more Three of Cups. This is real. The Chariot's hovering on the bottom of the deck. It's so interesting in the Chariot because this is one in the Naked Heart. This is one of the few decks where I'm trying to think if I've seen this before. Anyway, the horse here has two heads on the same body. It's a two-headed Pegasus, but it points to that integration of self. It's also about movement forward. And the Chariot's driven by the Emperor. Let me see the actions coming up for you. What's next? I love this. Oh my gosh. We have the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy, well known around here to be one of my favorite cards of all time. The Six of Cups is a sense memory. It's an energetic return to a time and a place of purity in our life when we believe in the possibility of something true, of something pure and innocent. Need somebody's help. Now also, this could be somebody from your past, possibly. Generally, with the Six of Cups, I feel that's not the case because, again, cups are energy, not a physical presence. But we'll see where that goes. Let me see the energy around you. This could be another person. Could be a situation or a furthering here of your actions. The Six of Cups carry, oh my, how beautiful. We have the Lovers. I think this came out strong in Divine Feminine as well. Gemini's Major Arcana, which is the season we just left. But look at these two eagles here. It's kind of like these two penguins. And what I said, they make each other stronger. But the Lovers is about a very deep, deep soul connection. And it usually requires making some kind of decision. Because as I always say about the Lovers card, when we encounter that in the form of other people or a choice on our path or different directions, what it's really doing, Gemini energy, is representing the two sides of ourselves and the need to make a choice there. And it's not easy, but we have this attachment. Whatever that is, and we'll clarify, of course, if it's a person or a situation, it wakes you up to that part of you, that hidden part of you as well. And it's very hard to turn your back on that. What's the challenge? Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups, Neptune energy. The 7 and the 3 of Cups here is the 10. There's so many possibilities. I'm laughing because I understand. The Seven of Cups is very ethereal. It's hard to understand for the thinking man, which is who we have here. It can only be intuited. It can only be felt. And the visions come from within. So again, but I'm getting help. I need somebody's help. And I said, going to territory that's unfamiliar. The Seven of Cups can have that feel. It can be, like I said, you're wrapped up in some kind of web of illusion, but not necessarily here. We have the Six of Cups right there. Potential outcome. Diving for light. Potential outcome. Are we going to get 3? Look who returned to the bottom. The Chariot. The two-headed horse. We need to make a decision. Also, it is a Pegasus, which is kind of magic, right? Look at this. Interesting. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. There she is. Cancer energy. The Queen of Cups is a lot more comfortable in the ocean that way, not really needing to feel like she is usually depicted with her eyes closed and feeling the energy of the water. Oh, very loving, very open. And look what came out. It's the 10 of Cups. I love the crystals. At the core of the earth, we have so much crystals. It's kind of what forms us, right? But we define the 10 of Cups. Whatever fills it for you, it's happiness, it's love, it's family, it's joy, it's the waterfall. I need somebody's help. 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Is that who you're going to go to for help? Solid choice, if that's the issue. We have, in this deck, they call the pages the innocence, and I love that. Because pages are the beginning of something new. And I called out innocence with the Six of Cups here too. The Page of Wands is fire energy. It can be about a new idea, or like a new idea starting to form. And I mentioned with the Lover's card, it wakes our heart up. This is the heart waking up. It's a spark of curiosity. Could be a message that you want to send here. Chariot on the bottom, and then the star. No. Where did we see the star? In the palm of the thinking man's hand. The star comes after the Tower. It's what's next. Towers happen because they weren't built to last, at least not forever, and nothing is. The star is the refined wish. It's the purity of hope. You can return to the innocence because it's based on wisdom now, the thinking man. Okay. Let's do a little bit of clarifying, but man, this reading is very straightforward, you guys. I will take a sip of my tea, and then we will clarify. The astrology in August is pretty important as well because it is in Leo and Aquarius dominantly, which sets the stage next year in the North and South Node. That's next month. So we're prepping for that in the stars Aquarius, which is why I mention it. Let's go to, look who's on the bottom. Get out of town. Libra with justice in the pulp. Justice is also about karmic justice. It is the major arcana. It's universal balance. Let me see the Three of Cups. This is what you're leaving behind. Okay, what's up here? We have the Six of Cups. Interesting. And because we have the Six of Cups in the actions there. Okay. And then we have Temperance energy. And we also have the Lovers here. Very, very, very strong soulmate energy. The Lovers twice. And Temperance was the soulmate angel. This is Sagittarius energy. But Temperance is about the alchemy performed behind the scenes to bring together two very unlikely components, such as fire and water. And that's what we're dealing with right now. It's about understanding that it takes a certain kind of energetic alchemy. This could be actually union in the recent past with Archangel Michael at the hand here. Especially because I see the Hierophant right here. And we have yin yang. Can I see the Sage? What are you doing? The Seven of Wands, which will not come out of my hand, but wanted to be seen. So we're going to look at it. I said fire and water. The Seven of Wands is fire energy. And in this Seven of Wands, there is a man and a woman. She's holding on to his leg on the edge of a cliff, bracing his fight, while he's like battling off all of this energy coming towards them, trying to knock them down. I like the whole, and as I said, better together, right? Added strength. It didn't really want to come out though, but that's the willingness to fight for what you believe in. The Hierophant is about what we believe in. Can I see the Hierophant? The Sage? The Chariot now in this deck. The Chariot is a very spiritual card. It's about energetic alignment. I went on and on in the Divine Feminine about that, so I won't do it here, but look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. The Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Cups here. The Ten of Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Right now we have Mars in Virgo, and it's about building something solid and sustainable that's going to last over time. It's a home, but it's stable in a physical way and an emotional way right here. It's the perfect balance, earth and water, Capricorn and Cancer. We talked about that in the intro. Can I see the Ten of Pentacles? Anything else there? Chariot, it won't leave the bottom. We have the Six, which is definitely about Virgo energy. The Six of Pentacles in this deck is clearly about resources of some kind. Now, this can be about actually signing a contract. We have that here. This can be involving your money. But whatever it is, it's bringing a whole lot more balance into your life. And the Ten of Pentacles is right there as well. Can I see the Six of Cups? It emerges. So does justice. And the Two of Cups, Venus and Cancer energy, soulmate energy. This is commitment. This is my heart to heart and eye to eye. And remember what I was saying about water energy? That's these two. That's why there's this attachment feeling. But also, Archangel Michael here is holding those two cups, bringing them back together. Six of Cups, because it's supposed to be. Can I see the Two of Cups? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. We have the Five of Swords. I love it. The Five of Swords is Aquarius energy. I was talking about that. This is a card about surrender. It's a card also about picking up. You'll notice the soldier. He won the battle, but he's collecting up all of the swords so that they can not be used against him later. The argument's over. The case is settled. Whatever it took to settle it, it happened. Whether that was in the angelic realm here with justice and temperance doing their work, it's coming together no matter what. Or it can be about releasing allegiances, right? Five of Swords. That's exactly what that is. Let me see the Lovers in the energy surrounding you. This is making that difficult decision, though. Can I see? Why is it keeps not wanting to give me the cards? Okay. The Five of Cups, more Scorpio energy. The Five of Cups is involving that three. It's the allegiances that you had to release. Behind the back of the person mourning over these filled cups is two cups that are standing, and they're standing right there. Necessary, whatever that took, right? You made that hard choice. Now with Scorpio energy, Six of Cups, Five of Cups, it is the awareness that when there's this much emotional energy around, this much depth of water, it's not that you don't physically or walk away or move forward from emotional situations. You learn to do so with love still in your heart. And that's always quite interesting to incorporate that. Eight of Wands to move forward. Yeah. The Eight of Wands is definitely about, remember we saw the Seven. It's where the floodgate opens. and energy moves. It's action. It can be very fast. It can be a lot of communication. It can be travel. Interesting. Look at this. We have Aries with the Fool, the new beginning. You guys know, you watch my channel. If I get the Lovers, I always get the Fool. It prompts that kind of energy. Can I see the Seven of Cups, please? The Fool is about courage, though, too. It's Aries energy is fire, cardinal fire. It's about, that's what he's holding in the palm of his hand. It's about getting things started. Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. Yeah, I need somebody's help. Eight of Swords is a card about confusion. It's like trying to understand what the heart's doing using the mind, and it is confusing. You can't see clearly. Gotta use your, why is that you're approaching a Queen of Cups energy? The World, Eight of Swords. Yeah, okay. Now, the world can be about the actual world, of course, the big bad world, but it can also be about the completion of cycles. We keep seeing the Chariot as well, and the Fool. So there could be travel coming up for some of you with the Seven of Cups into the unknown. Look who arrives. Divine Feminine, the Empress. So, towards Seven of Cups. And then the Two of Cups. It can be with the Empress in the challenge in the world that you're not with this Empress, or that you don't know them yet. But that's the other half here. It could be. That's what's required. So what's the message or the idea here? Innocence of Wands. Oh my. If we wanted more soulmate energy, then we have the Four of Wands. More fire too. The Four of Wands is about a home. It's stable, it's happy, it's celebrational. It's the number 4, so it's ruled by the Emperor. But it is also the arrival of a vision. In the Three of Wands, you're sort of wish casting and setting your vision on the future. This is the arrival of it. It's very happy. If it has to do with work, then for some of you, and it could, because the Four of Wands can. Four of Wands. We have the High Priestess. The High Priestess follows her intuition. It's all about navigating that uncertainty of the Seven of Cups. However, here, with the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, this could be somebody that you're approaching to help you translate this Seven of Cups, this Ten of Cups. Again, Pisces and this Ten of Cups. Again, Pisces and Cancer, if you need somebody's help when there's this much water. Not saying they're that sign, they could be. But it isn't surprising that it's coming out either. Oh, by the way, sorry, the Knight of Wands came out with that. The Knight of Wands is the next step after this page. It's when you take that idea and you embrace it. It kind of is very much like the Fool energy. It's embracing enthusiasm and new adventure and uncertainty and excitement. Let me see the Knight of Wands. Diving for light. The Knight of Wands holds the light. Four of Swords. Okay, interesting. Remember when we saw the Three of Swords? Well, we saw heartbreak in the Oracle deck, which is the Three of Swords. This is what comes next, and I do like to see it there. It's a card about rest and integration. The Three of Swords is a series of heartbreaking memories from the past, and this is healing them, so there can be a return to this innocence. Look who it is. No! He comes out, yay! It's the Emperor. This Emperor is like one of the ones who's face on, and he's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight. And I got that with the Seven of Wands. In other Emperor cards, sometimes he's resting easy in his throne, but he's wearing his armor. And he's like, I'm ready to go when need be. This guy is like full on. This. We have Judgment, Scorpio, and Sagittarius energy. Look at the hand reaching up out of the soil. up from below, back from the dead. Comes divine masculine and the Emperor. I love this Knight of Wands. It's like, do, do, do. I got this. Judgment. The Knight of Swords. Let's do one more there. The Knight of Swords can be about communication as well, a message. Let's see. Very enthusiastic. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is Taurus energy. The Queen of Pentacles is who builds this Ten of Pentacles. Very stable, very solid and nurturing. And we have the Empress right here. That's wifey. That can be an offer too with this Six of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles came out at some point here, which I missed. But I always note how they're all getting on the same page. They're forming a map, an idea, a plan. I need somebody's help. A balancing energy. Interesting. Okay, let's go. What are we going to do here? We already did. We'll do a little bit of astrology. You know what? I'm going to do actually a romance angel too. Because this is clearly a love reading. Much more strongly than the divine feminine, which is interesting. Now, this Queen of Pentacles isn't necessarily this Queen of Cups. Could be, though. But it could also be, because there's 3 Pentacles here, it could be a friend. I need somebody's help to make plans. For some of you. No. Look who comes out right away. Libra energy. South Node in Libra. Last year. Okay, the solar calm. Diving for light. And that Four of Swords. We have Venus coming out. And then we have the North Node. Well, how interesting. The North Node is our soul's trajectory. It's where we're headed towards. And right now they're in Pisces and Virgo, which we saw quite well. We saw a lot of Pisces here, which is interesting. It's on the bottom. The solar flare. And we have the solar calm. Here's the solar flare at the end with that ambitious Knight of Wands. Let's get a romance angel. Whoa. Okay. Calm it down. What do we have? Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And then one more, please. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. The Lovers. Yeah. And it's also very, very deep emotionally. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And then on the bottom here, I see release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. And then we have return to the innocence. Interesting there. Okay, let's close. Well, actually, I'm not going to close it with this, but let's get you some talisman. Consider these to be like power words that you can take away from the reading with you. If they resonate, much like the whole reading. Okay. Let's see what we got. Good luck came out. Face up. Jupiter Kazemi in Cancer. The day after the new moon. Magical power in your hands. Intuition. And then financial security. There's that 10 of Pentacles. And then the Emperor, right? We have protection. Well, we have justice and Archangel Michael and Temperance on the scene here. This is a very spiritually protected connection. When I see this much 6 of Cups, the Lovers, 4 of Wands, the Star, I mean, it goes on and on. Okay, you guys, I hope this resonated for you. I hope it helped you in some way. Remember what I said, just take what does as it does. From the Lovers Oracle. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. For there you'll find true bliss. That's why you need their help. The other half, yin yang here. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. In the intro, I was saying that, or in the beginning, about the new moon in Cancer, right? Got to release first. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I don't know if that was an issue for some of you. I don't particularly see that here, but it could be. Okay, there could be a lot of differences between you. Is this 2 or what's going on here? Okay, yeah, and I really wanted this one. Don't make decisions based on guilt. We have the Lovers here, or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So, so true. All right, you guys, I love you very much. Happy new moon in Cancer. This is quite a reading. I hope it was helpful. See you soon. Namaste.